Financial infidelity, the betrayal that nobody talks about in marriage, guys. Labeling your partner, and I'm gonna go with narcissist. Submitting to your husband. Triggers versus cognitive distortions, guys. Ooh, this might trigger you and put you into your own distortion. 90% of marriages fail. Financial infidelity, the betrayal that nobody talks about in marriage, guys. Welcome to the Morrow Marriage podcast, guys. And this one is important. You know, we're dealing with a lot of people all the time, obviously. A lot of couples share in some of the same financial issues. And something that is coming up over and over again is what I would call financial infidelity. Now, the biggest example I'm looking at right now is actually like when you have, and we're not going to tell you how to do your bank account, but I'll tell you how we do ours. And
I talked about this today.
Oh, did you? Okay.
With Renee. So one of our key players in our business is here from Australia. And so I'm taking the opportunity to teach her a few things. And part of the business banking is one of the things I showed her today. And I'm going to let you intro this, but it was sort of like a joke, but it wasn't. She said her husband's name is Ryan. Ryan and I do our banking the same.
Okay.
So I'll be interested to see what you say.
Yeah. So I'm dealing with one particular couple, like one-on-one right now that is really it's really stressful. There's a lack of security for her financially. There's a lack of partnership with the bank accounts. There's a lot of what we would call financial infidelity, meaning there's a lot of secrets. Okay, I'll give you another example. Forget us, forget Kathryn's teammate. But you know, I had a very successful one-on-one client. One of the things that he does, I did not have to correct this for him, was he literally, his wife knows everything what's going on. We're talking probably 100 millionaire, okay? She knows everything rather. She wants for nothing is the expression he used. And he was not fighting or anything. This was like just filling me in on his life. And honestly, that's the way it works. How we do it is like all the money that I make, it's ours. It's just joint. It's whatever. It's like we do goals. We do life together. Kathryn should never have to ask, ever, okay? And anything that Kathryn doesn't have to work, but everything that her company that she built, or companies that she's built, makes that's hers. I don't give a fuck what she does with it. It's hers. Why? Well, because I make a whole lot more, and it doesn't matter. We're a team. Okay, so it sounds like
they do the same. Yeah. And I don't hoard the money, so I have more financial fear, I think, than he does. You guys all went through COVID. We all went through 2020, and we got hit hard. We lost everything and went so far into the negative. So I've had experiences within our marriage that have made me just want to hold on tight to money. But the thing is, I hold it over somewhere else, but then we end up using it. And it actually feels like I get to bless my husband because I'm the one that's saving. He's the one running the business, running the household. We use our joint account, all of that. And then if he wants to do something, let's say a renovation, first time this happened was just a few years into our marriage, and he wanted to renovate the kitchen and do something with the island. And I was like, I have X amount of money in a savings account. And he was like, what? Yeah. You do? So we can do this right now? And I said, yeah. And so then I transferred the money over, and then we got to do the island. Whereas if we were just using that money, it would just feel like our money. Now it feels like I get to be a blessing. He pays for so much, I'm saving, and then I get to be a blessing to him. So I'm not taking all the money and spending it. I mean, sometimes I do if I have to make a purchase.
I spend too.
If I have to make a purchase that I don't really want him to know about, which he would never care, but you know, there's just some things that you just don't need to discuss. Like how much I pay for products and clothes and, you know, stuff like that. It just doesn't need to be discussed. So anyway, I will purchase it out of that account so that my husband doesn't have to like shit a brick when he sees how much I pay for eye cream or something. No. Well, you might be like, he just wouldn't get angry. But sometimes some things are left a mystery. Like this beauty costs a lot of money.
Oh, fuck, give me what's she talking about? Those of you not watching on YouTube, get on YouTube and just be like, huh?
It's expensive.
So here's the thing. Again, you don't have to do it our way, and I know many of you have other problems. Let's say, so I'm actually quite a shopper, okay? So if I'm into a project...
Amazon is here 5 times a day.
Yeah, if I'm into a project like my 78 Blazer right now, it's like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. And I just do, you know? And I know that won't work for a lot of you because your financial situation is different. This is still proportionate. When we were broke, losing everything, things had to change. It would start with each of us making our own choices, each of us coming together, each of us, and keep in mind, when we were broke, that's when Kathryn said, I'm not in love, I'm not attracted, and I'm settling, okay? When we lost everything, okay? So we had to rebuild it all, folks, okay? So we understand more than you'll ever know. you do have to get on the same page. If your partner's not with you and one of you, let's say you are hoarding the money the way Kathryn described it and you are spending a bunch of stuff, then that is financial infidelity.
Or if you're hoarding it because you are planning your exit strategy.
Oh, that's even more infidelity.
I've heard a lot of women, not a lot, actually I shouldn't say a lot. I've heard a handful of women say, I put a certain amount of money that my husband gives me into a separate account that he can't see in case I ever leave one day. Okay, so he knows that I have other accounts, and if he needed to see them, I would show him. I just prefer not to. But it's not so that I can escape him.
No, but we talk about buying land, and we're like, this is how much money we have. Like, it's super easy, you guys.
Right.
Right? You can't, burn your boats, man. You can't have a plan B and say that you're doing. Oh, you guys are the same people who say, I try everything. I have tried everything.
Right.
Not as long as you left option B open, hoarding money and doing that. Financial infidelity. Likewise, this client I was talking about, who's not putting money in a joint account regularly. Motherfucker put in gym memberships and the son takes Ubers, okay? Gym memberships and Uber money for the month in the account.
That's it?
What the fuck? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about too.
I do.
Like, come on, like, this is insane. That's financial infidelity. Like, you're saying you want to be married, you guys.
Right.
And these are just two examples. We could obviously go down like a path of 50 in each side, okay? Whatever you're doing, no matter what, if you actually want to be married, okay, this is a form of betrayal. It's just a financial betrayal. It's a betrayal on your vows. What did I just say? We're gonna buy land. We're talking about the money and we're figuring out, so when that's happening, that's because we're open, we're honest. Do we have to go through everything every single day? The reason why you guys might feel like that and why you're fighting over is because you feel the control and the power struggle.
Right.
Stop focusing on control. Start focusing on just being transparent, okay?
So to wrap that up, the two types of financial infidelity, which I love the way that you said that, by the way, that we talked about today, and we used it can go either side, but if the man has money and is restricting the money and being secret about the money for the wife, so the wife only gets a certain amount, or there's lies that are happening about the money, that's financial infidelity. That's a betrayal. Likewise, ladies, if you are taking a percentage of the money, either your own money or the money that your husband's putting in a joint account, or his money. It doesn't matter whose money it is. Somewhere in the relationship, you're taking a portion of that money and you're putting it into a secret account that you don't want him to know about, just in case you leave one day. You're creating structure for divorce. You are planning your exit strategy, which means you have a plan B. You have one foot out the door. And the only way you're gonna heal your marriage if you both have 2 feet in the marriage, in the door. That includes your husband as well. But if you lead by example, whoever is watching this right now, if you lead by example, gentlemen, if you can just be more flexible and free and transparent about the finances with your wife and have an actual conversation, that is the opposite of betrayal. Ladies, if you can stop putting money away in case you leave, you can save money. But if it's because you're thinking about leaving, you're not actually invested in your marriage. And
likewise, guys, if you're just betraying the goals, maybe you guys are not on the same page, so you don't have goals, okay? And I can appreciate that, okay? But if you're the big spender and you really shouldn't be, you know it. Every time you're buying something, if you're buying something to cope, if you're buying something because you just want to shop because you like new shiny fucking things and you can't afford it, this is a massive portion of our audience right now. Like, we know, because when you apply to work with us, we know what level of program and coaching you want. For example, those one-on-ones spend a lot more money than the average person, okay? So you have to realize that you're creating the chaos, man. Sometimes it's not even anything to do with your partner. You guys can't say, well, my partner and I don't do goals like Cass and Kathryn, because if you're not leading by example, doing everything you can to be transparent, you've probably enabled some of the bad behavior. Their bad spending habits, for example, is one that I deal with my men all the time. When their wives are just overspending, we can't reach goals, we can't get the house, our car broke down, we can't pay for the bills. Yeah, but I can walk them through how they allowed this to get worse and worse and worse. That's betraying your marriage. Financial infidelity against your marriage. You guys are one. So when you're doing any of this stuff and not moving forward, don't blame your partner. Blame your part in that and bring your partner with you. Okay? You got anything to add?
Yeah, so they're saying right now, but Cass, I can't. I can hear them all. I can hear you guys thinking. I know that you can't, but that's why you have to take a step into the direction that you want to go. I have to keep my money separate because my husband will spend it all. I have to keep my money separate because what if he does leave me? I have to keep my money separate. I have to make secret purchases. I have to do this. I have to restrict my wife because she spends too much. I hear you, But if you want it to be different, you have to take even just a baby step into the right direction and start allowing a space where trust can be rebuilt.
I'm gonna just piggyback off of that, baby, because you guys, you know something? If there's negativity around money at all, you gotta remember, you don't have money problems, okay? You don't have marriage problems. You have you problems, okay? If there's a reason to hoard the money, if there's a reason you can't reach goals, listen, the only answer is one reason. Fucking learn to make more money. How much time do you spend watching Netflix instead of learning a skill? You know, like there are people, we are fucking hiring like fucking crazy all the time. There are companies like us that are growing so rapidly that we're constantly building our team, and you can learn skills and you can work. You can start your business. We have people doing this whole learning to inspire, therefore lead, just based off of how I learned to do it. And we're teaching people. Some of the things that these people are doing can all be turned into profit. And it started with making themselves feel whole as an individual, so they can actually be a great partner. Right? Like, you guys are, you're missing the point. If you go back to blame it all, you haven't focused at all on what we teach you on this podcast. What could I do differently? There's no reason that if I was really hoarding all the money, oh no, I make more, blah, blah. There's no reason Kathryn would ever fucking need me. She already did the work. She's already got it there where the checks come in, or whatever you call it these days. You know, like, she probably, I don't even know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. But there were times, like one time throwing an empty suitcase on her and saying, you fill it up, right? Well, she probably worked really hard to never fucking be under my thumb again. So follow that example instead of victimizing yourself, okay? Cool? Yeah. Oh, same as us going bankrupt, you know, losing everything with COVID, all the bullshit. We could say it's the government's fault, or we could go make more fucking money. Okay, guys, I'm getting passionate. I'm going to leave it alone. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.